Andy, you recently had your second camp with the Under-18s out in Sweden. 3 games in 5 days, playing Austria, Sweden and Norway. Can you give your assessment on the camp?
Overall, I'm really pleased with it. It was a good camp. The opposition is very important for me in the games that we play. You know, with the greatest respect to some of the lesser nations, I don't really want to be going and playing against them and coming out and winning 4 and 5-0 every game, because I don't think we'll learn too much from it about the players, and I don't think the players will learn too much about themselves either. So the level of competition initially when we were planning it was very important, and we got that in Sweden, Austria and Norway. So all in all, it was fantastic. Plenty of learning. You know, we got 4 new caps in. Gives us a chance to get a look at players who are kind of just on the periphery a little bit, and it gives people more experience in the international setup, which, you know, experience is invaluable. I've found that out.
You mentioned previously about how important it is to get players ready for tournament football. 3 games in 5 days. Quick turnaround, lots of lessons for them to learn in that time.
Yeah, definitely. It's very important, you know, especially the ones who weren't involved in the Under-17 Euros. You know, these could be people that could be pushing for Tom Owen's Under-19 squad. So to understand what it's like to have a quick turnaround in games, to understand what it's like to prepare properly, to do your recovery properly, and to switch on to the amount of information that you need to take on board going into play against these really good footballing nations. So again, valuable experience for the lads, and then we get to see, you know, who can stand up to it and who needs to improve a little bit more.
Because it was a tough lesson against Austria, followed by solid performances against Sweden and Norway. Do you feel you learned much more from those games than, as you said, playing perhaps so-called lesser nations?
Yeah, most certainly. You know, it was tough to take against Austria. Coming out at the end of a poor scoreline, but you know, there was a lot of positives as well. We held a really good shape, and you know, and at times looked not bad on the counter attack going forward. So transitions were good for us in that respect. Disappointing from set pieces, because we would see that as a strength of ours with this group. So it was disappointing to give away the goals, but you know, gave us plenty to work on. And we went away, and although it was a quick turnaround, we got through a lot of information. You know, we watched the videos back and put the clips together for the lads, and we were able to kind of show them, you know, where they went wrong, and it was a great response, and I was delighted with it when they took it into the Sweden game. And really, you know, see some of the chances that we had in the game. You know, we were so unlucky not to win the game. You know, we dominated Sweden, who would be, you know, quite a highly regarded football nation.
I know you've spoken before about not just development on the pitch, but development off the pitch from the players and being around and helping those new players who were being captained. Was there some great examples of some of the players helping those new players through?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's something that we speak about every time we come in on a new camp. It's very important that we create the right environment where people feel comfortable, people feel ready to learn, and people feel, you know, not under any, you know, I don't want to put people under pressure, you know, so to create the right environment. Now, to do that, we need the players to buy into that. So and you do find more times than not with the Irish players that they do buy into that. So the lads helped the new lads along fantastically well, and it was really good to see. You know, it is very important, the learning off the pitch. You know, we need to, you know, we need to train players not just on the pitch, but we need to train them off the pitch, you know, to be able to switch on to tactical meetings. You know, we need to help them along with the mental health side of the game as well, you know, their well-being. So all these things we need to help these young players with, to give them the best opportunity to make the best career they can in football.
Does it help that you've been there, done that in the underage setup in Ireland? Is that something where maybe the players are going, Andy, do you remember this? So how did you approach it? Have you shared that?
Yeah, and listen, I tell them if I need them, I always want my players, and I always have, you know, since I've gone into coaching and said, listen, if there's something that you don't understand, ask a question. You know, I've got no problem with that at all. Ask a question. So if I can lend my experience in any way whatsoever, then I will. It's part of the role. You know, I have been there and done that, and it's something that I spoke about with Reid when I come in to take the role. You know, I've been here, I've done it, and I do want to give back. You know, this the underage setup, what I managed to achieve with the group that we were with. winning the Under-16 European Championships was amazing for me, and it's something that sticks with me. And if I can help somebody else achieve that, or or even improve and that little bit, so they end up having a decent career moving forward, then that's what this role is all about for me.
And you've been in the role now for about 6 months. What's your assessment of it? How's it going? It seems like you're really enjoying it.
I'm absolutely loving it, and everybody's been great with me. There's a great group of underage managers and assistants, and then up to Stephen Kenny and Mick McCarthy, who have been absolutely fantastic with me. Anytime you've got any problems at all, you can pick up the phone. When we have our managers meetings, we can, you're able to have open discussions. So I'm learning all the time. In relative terms, I'm new to the coaching game, so I'm having to improve, I'm having to learn, I'm having to, to find out, I'm having to analyse myself to find out, what's my strengths, what's my weaknesses, where can I improve, because I feel that if I can improve as a coach, then that gives me a better opportunity to help the players improve as well.
How would you say that Irish football is at the moment? Are we developing our own, a new style, a more evolved style? Are you seeing that coming through the academy setup?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, we want to play nice, good flowing football, but we need to give the kids an edge as well. You need to get the balance between developing and playing nice, real football, to when you get to kind of 18s, 19s, and up to the 21s, you have to start getting that little bit of a minute winning mentality into you as well. Because when you do get into senior teams, and it's all about winning then. So we need to give them a little bit of both, but definitely the style of play is really, really good, and I think it filters down from the senior squad. The senior squad are doing very, very well at the moment. We've seen that in the last games. The 21s are absolutely flying. Tom Mowen done amazingly well with the under-19s, and the under-17s last summer here in Ireland gave a really good account of themselves as well. So there's a hell of a lot to be to be excited about with not just the underage football, but with the senior squad as well.
And you've worked under some amazing managers during your career. I'm sure you were there at the forefront, probably able to nitpick a little bit, or probably take away a lot of styles of theirs. Talk to me about Andy Reid, the coach. How would you describe what your coaching is? Is it from one particular manager that you worked under, or are you very much your own man?
I would like to say that I'm my own man. I think I've got my own coaching style. I've picked up a lot off managers as I've gone along. I've learned a lot of what I wouldn't do as well. There's certain things that I've seen managers do that I thought, well, that would never be for me. So I've learned loads from different managers, but I want to be my own coach. I want to be my own man, develop my own style, and I'm in the process of doing that. But a way to do that is by watching others and learning from others and taking little bits and little snippets, and then when you put it all together, then you put that with your own ideas, with your own kind of beliefs, and that's what makes up what a person and what a coach is.